We now turn our attention towards a renewed surge in hostilities between the United States of America and China. An escalation that could wreck the already fragile trade truce between the world's two largest economies, which was only recently agreed upon. To put it simply, US President Donald Trump has thrown two aggressive punches at China, number one, targeting Chinese tech companies, and number two, Chinese students. Let's first start with the first blow. China's semiconductor ambitions and its ability to develop cutting-edge AI, artificial intelligence chips, have taken a major hit. The Trump administration has told American software companies to immediately stop selling software used to design semiconductors to China. Software that are extremely important, essential for making advanced chips used to power practically every electronic device, from smartphones, computers, automobiles, and home appliances. So without access to the American software, China's dream of achieving tech self-reliance, that suffers a major setback. And this is not an isolated move. The White House had already made it rather harder for Chinese companies to get their hands on cutting-edge chips. Last month, the US limited AI-specific NVIDIA chip exports for the Chinese market, while at the start of this month, the US warned companies against using AI chips made by Chinese tech giant Huawei, citing violation of US export laws. So what's at stake for China amid all of this? Well, the answer is a lot. A lot is at stake for China at this point of time. AI, quantum computing, and even military innovation all depend on advanced chips. That's why the Chinese government has poured billions of dollars into its semiconductor industry, aiming to strengthen domestic manufacturing and become less reliant on America. And then there's the second punch. And this time, this punch affects thousands of Chinese families. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has announced that America will begin aggressively revoking student visas held by Chinese nationals. The Trump administration singled out Chinese students working in critical fields and students having any connection to the Chinese Communist Party. At one point, Chinese students represented the largest foreign student population in America, topping nearly 372,000 during the 2019-2020 academic year. In fact, since 2009, Chinese nations made up the highest number of global students in the US, until they were surpassed by India last year. It is estimated that over 270,000 Chinese nationals study at American colleges. A Chinese foreign ministry spokesperson accused the United States of weaponizing national security concerns to suppress and discriminate against Chinese citizens, calling the visa revocations politically motivated and a deliberate attempt to damage cultural and educational exchanges between the US and China.
The U.S. has unreasonably canceled Chinese students' visas under the pretext of ideology and national security, which has seriously damaged the legitimate rights and interests of Chinese students and disrupted normal cultural exchanges between the two countries. China firmly opposes this and has lodged representations with the U.S. This politically discriminatory practice by the U.S. exposes the lie of so-called freedom and openness that the U.S. has always touted.
Now, all of this puts the trade truce between the US and China in a limbo. The 90-day window to resolve trade issues between Washington and Beijing is closing fast, and with each policy move, the odds are only becoming more difficult. Trump's war on China isn't being waged in battlefields at this point of time. It is unfolding in classrooms, in research labs, and down the global tech supply chain. This entire matter between the two countries is no longer restricted to being just a trade dispute at this point of time.